this high school basketball game here at Mills High School in Millbrae, California. Tonight's matchup features the Capuchino Mustangs taking on the Mills Vikings here in the brand new gym on the campus of Mills High School. My name is Andy Pitman, and I'm sitting here with Harry Hui. We are happy to have you with us today. Harry, welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Tonight you see a matchup of old-time rivalries. Okay, Mills versus Capuchino, and it's a quad game. These are always fun. Now, tonight features Mills, overall record of 13-4, and PAL record of 3-2, coached by Rick Hansen. Over the Cap side, we're looking at a team being coached by Pete Torres, overall record of 4-12, PAL record 0-5. So the Capuchino Mustangs are hungry for a win, and we should see an exciting match. I wouldn't worry too much about the overall standings. We're going to be having a really good, tough physical game.
That's right. So we're getting ready for the player introductions here. And for the Vikings tonight, they'll be missing one of their key starting players in Robert Noland, one of their top scorers, the 5'11" guard, senior, suffered a very, very nasty knee sprain in the last game that the Vikings played. And tonight he'll be on the bench, replaced in the backcourt by number 5, Danny Yu, and 24, Marquez Burra. And once again, we have Vice Principal Valerie Arbizu reading the rules of conduct here to be followed by this raucous crowd. We have a full house tonight in this brand new spanking gym. And here we go for the starting lineups. For Capuchino, Jared Pasquale. For the Mustangs, with the shake of the coach, shake of the hand of the coach of the Vikings. Raul Ligon. Number 15 for the Mustangs, Raul Ligon, a sophomore. And now we have number 23. And I think I have that name wrong here.
It's Darren Meyer, number 23.
Dylan Meyer at number 23. Number 42, Lucas Magni, a sophomore. And finally, number 10, Chris Costa, the senior guard, coming in at 5'8".
And now the starting lineup for your Mills.
And now over to the Mills Vikings. Number 5, Danny Yu.
This is the person to watch for. He is your all-purpose guard.
Number 24, a junior, Marquez Burra.
Marquez Burra, the junior.
And this is the second person to watch out for.
He's 5'10".
A senior, Tyler Wright.
And number 50, Tyler Wright.
He's going to give you a handful. He is your rebounder.
The big man at 6'5". And then Jeremy Gibbs, the senior forward, number 55 at 6'2". He's a handful. And finally, Marquise Atkins, the junior, who can rotate between forward and center. He's 6'0". Of course, the Vikings are coached by Rick Hansen, who's been a longtime coach here at Mills. We saw him last year in the matchup against Burlingame that MCTV was able to cover. And we should have a great game on our hands tonight.
We sure will. I had a chance to talk to Rick. He just wants the team to play steady defense. Their base usually is a zone defense. He prefers to play man-to-man, and he's going to try to work in both man-to-man and zone defense.
So the Vikings, with you, Burra, Adkins, Gibbs, and Wright, ready to start the game. Capuchino coming out with a lineup of Ligon, Costa, Pascual, Dylan Mayor, and Lucas Magni. Controlling the ball is you.
And once again for Mills, we got Danny Yu, Marquez Burra, Marquise Atkins, Tyler Wright, and Jeremy Gibbs.
And Gibbs with the ball out to you. And he's bumped there by 15 from Capuchino, Raul Ligon. And Vikings will inbound the ball. Atkins on the inbound. Long throw to you. Couldn't hang on to it. Good idea. He was open underneath the basket, but...
Well, that was a set out of bounds play. And what they try to do is get a quick alley-oop two, put back.
Ligon with the ball, passes it off to Mayor. Ligon to Pascual, outside to Ligon. Now, Mayor with the ball, out to Ligon. And cycling around, the shot by Pascual is no good. Rebound, however, by Magni. He chases it out of bounds. Atkins was there following him, but couldn't control it. Ball will go back to the Mustangs. Number 3 to inbound for the Mustangs. And now cycling around. Ligon with the ball again. Back to Pascal.
Very good rotation.
Magni over to Ligon. And back to Pascal. And almost tipped away there by Burra. And it is tipped away. Atkins picks it up. And Atkins driving, pulls up. Finds Gibbs. Shot no good from outside. Rebound picked up by Atkins.
Nice offensive rebound.
Looking for Wright. And Wright with a hard foul. He'll go to the line.
Wright with a very beautiful pump fake. Jump stop, pump fake, getting himself to the line. Nicely done.
Tyler Wright, the 6'5" senior center. He's a handful at the line for 2. First shot, no good. Still no scoring yet, with a minute and a half underway.
I had a chance to talk to Rick and ask him a few questions. Why is his team successful? And he simply said, we play hard, we play smart, play together, efficient offense, control key players on defense, and that's how they're always successful every year.
Atkins picking up the miss from Wright. Looking for Wright again. Wright's inside, dribbling, putting the shot up, no good. Burrow with the attempted rebound, couldn't hang on. Ball turned over.
And Mills is still trying to figure out what their offense would look like. They do use the low post a lot, so they love to score in the paint as well.
All right, and a timeout now for Capuchino. Early timeout, maybe trying to figure out the tempo of this game. So far, it's been uneven.
Here's a little history about Rick, that he was a head varsity coach for Aragon High School for 3 years, 1999 to 01. And this is his 11th year head coach at Mills. Outstanding record, 173 wins, 123 losses. And the PAL record of 68 wins and 45 losses.
Ligon with the ball, bringing it up. Inside now, Capuchino's making some changes on their roster. So now we have number 11, Mitri Atala. And Ligon again. Atala, back to Ligon. Into number 3, Jared Pascual, back to Ligon. And just looking for something on the outside of the perimeter there, Atala. Cycling it around, not finding any openings. Atala, back to number 42, Magna. And
great job, Captain. Excellent job working the clock. At least a good 10, 12 passes, and finally drove the lane. and
Now-
scored a bucket.
Now the backcourt double team as the press is on for Capuchino, and they let up. Vikings bring the ball across. Daniel Yu has it. And he's looking for a pass. Pass to Gibbs inside to right. Burra with a three-point attempt in and out. Nice rebound for Atkins.
Outstanding rebound over everybody.
Another good shot from Gibbs, just can't get it to go. Right, somehow manages to get a hand on it, but it goes to Burra.
This is Mills' strength. Offensive rebound in the paint. This was a third offensive rebound. Rightfully so, rewarding.
And Burra
reward
at the
Burra
line
for 2 free throws.
with a chance to tie the game here. It's 2-0, Capuchino ahead. Almost 3 minutes gone by in this first period. Burra with a miss. So far, I believe that's 0 for 3 for Mills Vikings on the free throw attempts. Not a good sign for their free throwing. Burra with the second attempt. And his shot falls. So 1 for 2.
It's always hard to get that first point.
And now they have it. It's 2-1. And we're back to the front court with the Mustangs. Ball rotating around. Lots of ball movement you see from the Mustangs. An attempted steal by Burra and leaves a man open, but a great block by Wright. Yu picks it up, but he loses the ball. That looked like a tough challenge from the Mustangs there. And it looks almost like number 10 came up a little bit gimpy there. That would be Chris
That's
Costa.
great hustle on number 10, Costa. Excellent
Absolutely.
hustle.
The senior guard coming in at 5'8". And we'll see if that affects his play at all. That little ding there. Right with the ball, looking inside for Atkins, using sheer muscle, and Mills getting back to the free throw line again.
They're definitely working the post. They got basically 2 twin towers underneath, and with Gibbs able to shoot the 3, well, Capuchino's going to have their hands full down low as they don't have any height.
That's right. Wright coming in at 6'5", Gibbs at 6'2", Atkins coming in at 6 foot. Surprised he's only 6 foot. He looks bigger than that. He's a big looking fellow.
Now, I'm anxious to see what Capuchino needs to counter.
And the game is tied at 2-2, 4:27 left in the first period. And once again, we see lots of ball movement from the Mustangs and losing the ball to Atkins. Atkins with a drive. An offensive foul is called.
Boy, you see, Capuchino is playing with a lot of intensity on defense. You know, they're saying, look, you're taller than us, but we're going to defend. We're going to defend. You know, and I think Mills is playing a little bit, maybe anxious. I mean, maybe they're overconfident. I mean, looking at Capuchino, as I said, records don't tell anything.
So number 15, Ligon, will sit down. Coming in again is Atala. And Pasquale with a ball. That foul looks like it might go
There's
against
some frustrations
Gibbs.
There's some pushing going on.
And a technical foul called there on number 10, Chris Costa. Maybe a little frustrated from the dings that he took earlier. And we're going to have a substitution here for the Mustangs. You know, I don't think it's too smart for Costa to be taking on somebody like Gibbs.
I agree. I would just walk away and just play.
Gibbs is a handful.
Play defense.
That's not somebody you want to mess with right there. So Costa will sit. Coming back in for the Mustangs is number 20, Tony De La Torre. Actually, I believe making his first appearance for the Mustangs, a senior guard at 5'9", and here's the technical shot from Yu, and just can't get it to go.
Inside. Boy, I could not remember Mills having this much trouble with free throws.
That's right. Yu with the second attempt, no good.
Oh my goodness, that must be their 6th missed free throw as a team. No wonder the score is still close, 2-2.
Lots of action here in the first period, but not that many baskets. And Mills' only points coming on free throws. And now Yu driving. And now we have a jump ball.
Excellent defense again. Mills is looking to drive, penetrate. That's their strength.
Possession
Cap
arrow.
is not backing down at all.
Possession arrow going to the Mustangs, so they'll bring it up court. We have Pasquale off to 23, Dylan Mayor back to Pasquale, to Atala. And the 5'8" junior guard hands it off again to Pasquale, who pushes it around to De La Torre. Pasquale looking for an option, can't find it. Now he's got it to Dylan Mayor. Mayor trapped in the corner there by Gibbs. And
Overly aggressive.
tough
Mills
foul
defense.
call there. Gibbs with the blocking foul. And so we'll have a substitution. Gibbs has got to sit. And coming in for the Mills boys is number 32, Mike McWhirter. The senior, 6-foot senior. So on the inbound, and can't hold all of the ball, but it's going to go back to the Mustangs. And inbounding it, that pass was intended for number 42, Lucas Magni.
Now what
And he
Cap
inbounds
has to
it.
do is settle down a little bit, run this motion play.
De La Torre picks it up after Adkins tips it. De La Torre back to number 15, Ligon.
Oh, carelessly.
And he loses it.
the ball.
Atkins looking ahead to you, slows it down, back to McWhirter. Now Burra going inside for Wright. He's got the size, and he's got the
he scores.
basket. First field goal of the game for the Vikings goes to Wright.
It took him almost 5 minutes to get the very first basket.
And De La Torre with it now for the Mustangs. Inside to Magne. Atala with a three-point shot, he's off. Atkins with the rebound, and it skips ahead to McWhirter. He was looking for you, but finds Wright, who gets his own rebound.
What an excellent move.
Nice putback for Wright. And there's nobody on this Mustangs team that's going to match up with Tyler Wright.
I don't
when it
believe
comes to
so, but that was a
size.
very good timeout call from Coach Peter Torres. And Mills is going to run, and they know they have the speed. They know they got the post. They know anytime they miss, you got Tyler Wright easily being able to finish. And what Capuchino needs to really settle down and figure out how they're going to box out. And I don't know if there's any solution.
That power combo of Gibbs, Tyler, and Atkins with a lot of size up front, and then you have some speedy guards in Daniel Yu and Burra. Right now, the Vikings are looking good, but only with a 4-point advantage.
And
score.
Cap has a new substitution, Danilo Avila, number 34.
That's right. Pascal with the ball. Avila now getting his first touches. Out to Magni. Magni is swarmed by Vikings. Mike McWhirter in there. And looks like we may have a foul. Actually, jump ball, so possession going to the Vikings. Capuchino coming back with the press. And you will bring it up from the backcourt.
They try a little 2-2-1 quasi, picked up man, and now they're in their set 3-2 zone.
Ball loose inside, Burra picks it up. McWhirter with good hands. Outside to you, he's looking for Burra, a little high there, can't get the shot out.
Nice
and
defense.
The ball will go back to the
Looks like
Mustangs.
the Mustangs are countering with a 3-2 zone and try to figure out how to stop the post moves.
And the Mustangs don't have size, but they do have quickness. And now we have Avila and Pasquale with the ball. And passing it around to Avila again. Trapped in the corner by McWhirter. And Atala with the ball, passes it out to Avila. And Burrow with the rebound. Hands it back to you, who's going to bring it back for another Mills attempt here. McWhirter across court to Wright.
They are looking to throw to right. every single time down the court.
That ball knocked out of bounds by number 23, Dylan Mayor. Inbounded now to Atkins, who muscles his way free and passes to Yu. Back to Atkins. Atkins driving and getting another foul. So already 6 fouls against the Mustangs.
Well, it's going to be a long night. I know they give it way up in size, and now with a drive, that possibly was a good foul. He's looking to score easily, but again, now you're putting the team in jeopardy. The first half having 6 fouls already. Next foul will be 1-1.
And if Mills settles down with all these free throw attempts, they're going to start building a little bit of a lead here. And
not only that, just think of if they had made 4, 5, or 6 free throws, they'd be way ahead.
Looks like we have a lane violation. So, shot is called off, and the ball goes back to the Mustangs. Avila with it. Mills in the press. Double teamed. Avila has nowhere to go. He manages to make his way out. Steps on the line. Turnover to Mills.
They were a little bit impatient. I mean, this Mills team is putting a 2-2-1 trap. Probably an extra pass, or possibly pass it towards the middle. They need another play right in the middle of the court. It's always a golden rule that you never try to drive 1-on-2 up the sidelines. As a result, turnover.
So Atala is back in, and Avila sits down now for the Mustangs. Atkins with the ball. This Vikings crowd is fired up. They want to see some points. With just a little differential on the shot clock, about 10 seconds left on the shot clock now. And Wright cycling it out to Atkins, going inside to McWhirter. Shot no good. That'll do it for the first period. 7-2. Not much scoring to speak of here in this first period.
What I see the difference being that Capuchino probably has quickness. However, they're not willing to drive in as much, and part of the reason is Mills just have size. They're playing the 2-3 zone. They're just going to sit back and say, you come in, and they're not coming in.
That's right.
They're just launching shots on the outside, and they have not made any.
The Mustangs with good ball movement. They're getting the ball cycled around to different players, many different players with shot attempts. They're just not hitting their shots. And then on the other side of the court, Mills is driving inside. They're not hitting many of their shots either, but they're getting the foul calls. They're going to the line and controlling the tempo of the game.
Exactly, and they're using the strength. Mills' strength is the post. So they got 3 trim towers that they can go to. So that at any point, they're not afraid to shoot it. And this, they're guaranteed to get the rebound. But I like the hustle of Capuchino. I mean, they're not putting down. I mean, they're not just relaxing and say, you know, forget it, the game's over. They're really playing tough. At times a little too aggressive. They readjusted the team fouls. Looks like Capuchino now has 5 instead of 16 fouls.
And as we get ready to start the second quarter, out there for the Vikings, we have a bit of a new unit. Yu is still out there, Atkins is still out there, but we also have Connor Hidalgo, number 40, a senior at 6'4", so more size. And then also number 33, Marquise Atkins is still out there, and we have Nick Werder as a forward. So still some size out there for the Vikings. And on the other side, the Mustangs don't have the size, but some familiar faces. And looks like we have a foul call. So the ball will go outside to the Mustangs.
I think in order for Capuchino to have a little more success here, keep rotating the ball. And I know there's shooters on this team. Obviously, they are outsides.
Atkins picks it up. He tries to find McWhirter. Kind of rolls off his back. And back to Yu. Now Atkins has the ball knocked away by Pascal, but picks it up. McWhirter has the ball slapped away. And this one goes to the Mustangs. With the inbound, we have Costa coming back. Had some time to cool off a little bit after that technical
They
foul.
need him. I mean, he's the offense, I can tell. So you just have to, play basketball and don't complain, and he'll be fine.
That's right. Errant pass there.
Got to be careful. Those really silly turnovers.
Ligon didn't have the ball in his hand. Went right through his hands, as a matter of fact. And now the Vikings will give it another go with number 34. Corey Matsuno in now for the Vikings. McWhirter out to Matsuno trying the three-pointer. And the rebound to Hidalgo, but ultimately tipped out by Magni of the
Way to
Mustangs.
fight. Cappuccino is really fighting hard. They realize the size, but they are quicker to the ball. So let's.
Yu out to Matsuno, who one-hands it and controls it. Into Atkins, breaking McWhirter. McWhirter back outside to Matsuno, who puts up his second three-point attempt in a row. Hidalgo gets the
Excellent.
two.
Put back.
So now it's 9-2, and only 2 points for the Mustangs in the first almost 11 minutes of play. That's got to be a little demoralizing. Pascal trying to get something going here.
They're being very patient, which they need to.
And Ligon with the ball. Over to Magni. Back to Pascal, and his three-pointer's offline. The rebound was almost brought in there by Mayor, but couldn't hang on, so the Vikings...
But really good hustle, and I would send him right back for the rebound. I mean, it was his own teammate that he collided with that caused him to lose that ball.
So Mills with one of their smaller lineups right now. Still outsizing the Mustangs. Connor Hidalgo with the ball inside to McWhirter. He tries a shot that doesn't go. And rebound to Dylan Mayor. Back to Pascal, the point guard, pushes it forward. Ligon. And that
Good
ball,
idea. They need to just communicate. That was an excellent idea. Drive, kick. Unfortunately, his teammate popped out. Costa popped out rather than continue with a short corner.
And now Matsuno with the ball. Driving. And the shot, in and out. Heartbreak. Now the rebound being brought up by Magni. Lucas Magni, the 6'1" sophomore guard. Atala has it. He swings it around to Pascal, back to Magni. And the foul, reach-in foul on Daniel Yu. So Mills with...
Well, Cap had a chance to really put some points up. Now the bigs are back, and they're going to have a little tougher time rotating the ball, but continuously.
Tough attempt there from Magni. And Yu's got it after the rebound by Wright. Yu swings it around to Matsuno, who likes to take those long threes, I can see. And Mills is going back inside.
Wait a second, Costa, he's got to really be careful here.
That's his third foul, I believe.
Exactly, but he picked up one technical, so another one, you get thrown out of the game. So really got to keep your composure. And it's one thing to play tough and hard, the other is just don't complain.
And he'll sit down now. So coming out is Costa. Coming back in is number 20, Tony Delatorre for the Mustangs. Matsuno, who knows, he might put up another one of those long threes. Nope, goes to Yu instead. Yu drives, and he's hammered inside by Dylan Mayor. He'll go to the line for two.
But it's great defense, move your feet a little faster. Otherwise, I mean, it's very difficult to guard Danny Yu driving in the lane, but hey, these Capuchino players, they're not backing down.
It's not just size that the Vikings are bringing. I mean, with a player like Gibbs at 55, number 55 Gibbs, he's got size, he's got height, and he can also shoot the ball from outside.
Absolutely, and he's playing as a guard out, a big guard on the outside wing.
That's right. Kind of in the vein of a Kevin Love or something like that.
Correct.
He's a threat. And you don't want to get near him on a drive. Atala with the ball. Over to Magny. Magny passes it around to Pascal, and he gets it back. Magny looking for something. Pascal. Another outside shot.
Excellent
from Dylan
rebound.
Mayor. He gets the rebound to Atala. Atala looking inside again. Magny. The sophomore sent away by Wright. To you. Inside to Matsuno. Count it.
Nice fast break. Nice give and go.
And Coach Torres wants another timeout. Time to settle. We're at 3:54 of the second period. And Capuchino only has 2 points.
They haven't. They haven't.
All right. So, all right, as you see the teams talking it over.
Okay, go.
And now we see a replay
What
of the great
excellent
block inside by Wright.
And
Coming back around, and Matsuno putting the ball away.
nice assist from Danny Yu to Masuno.
And Mills coming back with the press. Great replay there from our MCTV crew. Our replay operator and engineer, Randy Sahai. Director tonight is Justin Hui, who happens to know my color commentator quite well. Chip off the old block, perhaps.
Yeah, that's correct. We have some confusion. They're resetting the shot clock to 25.
Okay, so with 25 seconds left on the clock, Atala's got it, and he loses it.
Wow, that's really careless.
That
They
is
needed
tough.
a possession. They have not scored in many, many minutes.
That's got to be wearing a little bit on those players on the floor. We haven't had too many substitutions, and I see Coach Torres down here. He's taking his tie off. He needs some air. Doesn't like what he's seeing from his Mustangs. Inside, there's Wright. Just too tall.
Just too tall. You just could not. There's not much you can do. You play it as best defense as you can without fouling him, and he's always a threat.
And if I'm Coach Hansen, I'm going inside every time on the
Oh,
Mustangs.
absolutely.
And if that doesn't start to work, if that for some reason cools off, you got the outside shooters. You can spread the floor. There you go with Gibbs. And another foul, reach-in foul for the Mustangs. The wheels are starting to come off here for the Mustangs in this
Well,
second
that's
period.
Dalen Mayor, and that's a little frustration. I mean, now you have 18 fouls, and you got quite some time to go in this game, and they have not scored for, again, many, many minutes.
It's been a physical game.
Absolutely. Going back to Justin Hui, yes, it's a son that graduated from Mills, class of 2007, went to Cal Poly, St. Louis Obispo, got his engineering degree, and his always film, digital media, that's always his endeavor, and whenever there's a chance.
Yep. Doing a fine job here as the director of this program here on MCTV. Does some great graphics for MCTV as well. Multi-talented man. And another shot from the Mustangs.
Excellent rebound for the smallest person on the Cap Mustang team.
And Pascal's shown a lot of energy. Atala with the attempt outside. De La Torre.
Now, take a look at this sequence. I mean, you got the smallest kid rebounding, pass it out, you got a 3 miss, and you got a rebound and another rebound. Now they're crashing the boards. This might turn it.
You don't expect to see those guards in there getting the rebounds.
Well, absolutely not. And these are the two smaller guards. Number 3 on the court, Pascual. And the free throw shooter, number 20, is De La Torre.
And I have to be honest with you, I have not witnessed a quarter where I did not see a team score. Let's see if De La Torre can put one on the board for the Mustangs here in this second period. There's only 2:24 left. His shot is short. Both free throws are no good. And the Vikings with the ball again.
Boy, Capuchino needs a stop right here. The drought is on there. They have not scored.
Inside to right. He bumps, gets his own rebound, and loses it. Magny with the ball. The sophomore is driving. That's a wild shot, picked up by Gibbs. And he breaks free, hands it off to Burra. Connor Hidalgo, inside to right. Right again, driving.
Oh, nifty move. I mean,
Nice
he
spin
knows
move.
he has that all day, all night. So all he had to do is fake right, bring the ball back down, and turn left. Easy two.
That's right. And for the Vikings, shot
There
by
we go.
Magny, finally.
The drought is over.
We
They
have
say
some points.
he stepped on the line, so that's only a two-pointer.
Two-pointer. And bringing it back down, that's Burra. He comes up limping a little bit. And the Vikings really can't afford to lose another one of their key players. Robert Noland, who is typically one of their starting guards, has been out with an ankle injury. Number 20, the 5'11" senior guard, was the leading scorer for the Vikings, I believe. And he is out for this game. So on the line, Burra. And Burra, the points are being spread around quite a bit here by the Vikings.
We have a substitution for Mills. Miguel Madrigal's in,
Yep.
replacing Jeremy Gibbs.
All right. And it is now 19-4. With 1:17 left in the second. Magny looking for a pass. Pascal's open. He finds Ligon. Ligon in traffic. Pascal with the shot, no good. Atkins with a 6th rebound. Ahead to Burra, and he is hammered. He
That
is
was
sent
a
hard
great
to the
defense,
floor.
but obviously that was clearly a foul, and he needs to be careful here. He has to control his little temper.
Getting up, you could tell he didn't like that foul. Burra at the line trying to make these two count. Mills with the 15-point lead with less than a minute to go in the second. And Burra makes the first. So the Vikings crashing the boards, already have 16 rebounds. And Burra makes the second. So, with under a minute to go, the Mustangs try to put something together. Magny with it. And back to Ligon. He's guarded by Atkinson. Marquise Atkins with the steal. Atkins, sorry about that. And then the foul on Magny.
Now they're on double bonus. Every single foul down the strip. Just a lot of carelessness. That ball should have been in the hands of the guards.
And once again, the ball movement has been very good for the Mustangs. But they just haven't been able to hit their shots. And they've had trouble protecting the basketball. The turnovers have been devastating. And Mills is capitalizing with the putback, the rebounds. And that one didn't go. So again, with the shot clock off, Ligon. And he finds Pascal. Ligon to Magny. Thinks about a shot, pulls up. Now looking for the pass out to Ligon, and that's a foul by Burra. Tough foul with 5
Not a very
seconds
good
left.
foul. That was a bailout foul. In fact, he had no room. He's probably going to run out the clock. Instead, he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
And that is number 15, Ligon, on the line right now. And free throw is good. So tough points to give up right before the end of the half. They do still have 5 seconds left, so they could get one last shot off here or take a timeout. There's Wright with the rebound. He's got to push it. 3 seconds. He takes the long three. Not too far off, but probably not the guy you want taking your three-pointer there.
Not absolutely, but with time running low, that's running out in the half. That is a must-take shot. Now, here's what we have. Halftime scores 22 Mills and the Capuchino Mustangs 5.
And the Mustangs shooting only 13% from the field. 2 of 15, and that is just not going to get it done against the Vikings tonight. And for the Vikings, they've been somewhat better, 30%. 6 for 20, lots of attempts on the line, however. They've already had 19 attempts from the free throw line, put in 10. So you can imagine if the Vikings had been shooting their free throws at a higher rate, this game could be even further
absolutely, no doubt,
divided than it is now. So,
but just by looking at 2 key factors here for the Mills, they only committed 2 turnovers that results in points, but Capuchino had 9 turnovers that resulted in points. So basically, Mills is scoring off their turnovers. The second stats that stands out would be that it's no mystery. Mills is scoring in the paint. And Capuchino's only had 2 baskets underneath.
We'll be back soon with the second half of action and the stats from the first half. And welcome back. Here we are, ready for the second half of this PAL South matchup between the Mills Vikings and the Capuchino Mustangs. In this boys game, we're looking at a little bit of a surprise with the Mills Vikings ahead 22-5. I'm with my co-commentator here, Harry Hui. Harry, what exactly has been going on that the score is like it is?
Well, first you have some key statistics. Capuchino being a little careless, lots of turnovers, but some of them, I can't blame them for that. They're trying to throw the ball inside, and Mills just got some really good players, and they're tall, 6-footer, at least 3. You got Gibbs, right? And you got Wright, and also
we've seen Marquise Atkins with a big presence
correct.
inside.
So every time that the Capuchino tries to throw it in, simply it's not possible. And I have to give the Mustangs credit that at least they're defending very well. They keep themselves at least in the game. A couple of other key stats is, of course, Mills on offense is scoring in the paint. There's not much you can do about it. I mean, they know Mills, as a reliable three-point shooting team, they really haven't made a three-point basket. And they only needed to attempt 4. That's only 4 attempts at the 3. Meantime, the Mustangs shot 7, and they have not made any 3s. So the 3 points, it's not really a factor. It's just turnovers for Cap, Mills scoring in the paint, and Cap just don't have a solution for that.
And if Capuchino can't find their outside shooting touch, this could be a very tough second half for them. Mills has dominated inside in the paint. They've forced the Mustangs to rotate the ball around the outside, which they've done well, but their shooting just hasn't paid off for them. And to score 2 points in the first period and 3 points in the second period is just not going to get it done in a high school basketball game.
Absolutely. They just have to have better ball movement and shoot with confidence. I know they can make their 3s, but of course, they're more worried about having to get the ball to their own teammates.
And now we are in the action, second half. And Daniel Yu with the ball for Mills. Looking almost for the dunk there, but no, instead the lay-in from Wright.
And that was a set half-court play designed for Gibbs alley-oop. Yes, he could have dunked this one if he had a chance to.
And Mills with a 2-3 zone. Yu with the steal. And he loses it. And now you've got Magny wide open for the lay-in.
How about that? Cap opens up with their press of their own. Mills got a little careless, and they finally got one breakaway fast break point.
And looking inside again to Wright. And he's just everywhere. Getting his own rebound and the putback. Another 2 points for Wright.
Well, once again, not much you can do. I mean, he's just right there. He's a beast in the middle. He knows he can miss and still get his own rebound without even having to bring the ball down, just tips it in. And just I don't see where Cap can even match up.
And Costa back in now for the Mustangs after a bit of a rough first half, getting a technical foul and then having to sit with a large number of fouls. Back outside to Magny, and Pascal with the shot offline, picked up by Burra for the rebound, and you will bring it up. Looks like the tie might be back on for Coach Torres for the Mustangs, ready with a new attitude for the second half. And the foul on the drive from you, that foul will go against Pascal.
That weak side help from Cap was very, very good. And unfortunately, he got too much of the body and got called for the foul. He had to leave his post man to come over to defend.
And you with the miss on the first shot. And once again, free throws possibly being a factor in this game, although Mills with a handy lead right now. And he hits the second. Mills ahead by 20, 27-7. Ligon with Magny, again rotating the ball around well, just not finding that inside spot. And Pascal holding it outside again. Costa out to Ligon with a head fake, ball rolls off Magny's foot. Pascal with 7 seconds on the shot clock, and Mills picks it up right. He has the ball stolen. Now Ligon going for the two, and he misses into the kick drum there from the pep band. And on the other end, Burra brings it up.
That was a gutsy play, on Cap Mustangs. He says, I'm not going to back down on this. 1 on 3, he took it to the hoop. Unfortunately, he just did not make the basket. Great efforts.
And right driving, Costa with the foul. And
he's got to be really careful now.
That's a tough game. You can see the frustration there with Costa.
Yeah, that possibly could be his 4th foul.
For the Vikings,
well, that looks like he fouled out.
For the Vikings, they are 3 and 2.
He picked up his 4th foul.
4th foul, and he's got to sit now. So coming back in for the Mustangs, De La Torre and Mayor. And you with the ball again. And the shot. And it's good.
Nice drive there.
And now it's 29-7 with 5 minutes left in the third. Mills coming into this game at 3 and 2 in the PAL, suffering a tough loss to Aragon a couple weeks ago, losing by 1 point at Aragon. And that was you with the drive, and he's fouled. Another foul there. And Mayor with the foul.
I believe Mills also suffered another tough loss to Burlingame by 6 points last week.
That's right. Mills will have a chance to avenge their loss to Aragon next week, and we'll be bringing you that action on MCTV. So check www.mctv.tv for the schedule. Okay, second attempt is good, 30-7 Vikings. And Capuchino still looking for their first win in league, 0-5 so far. They've had a rough go of it. Atkins with the steal, ahead to Atkins. No, he tried to go for the circus shot.
That would have brought the house down. That was a circus act, spin move.
I thought he would go up for the dunk, but the ball was just a little too far in front of him. And the shot offline for Magny. So Vikings in control here. The U's going to take his time bringing the ball up. And if you're Coach Rick Hansen, you have to like what you've seen so far from the Vikings.
Well, absolutely. Now they don't have to rush. They're just going to dribble cut, work the ball around right into the post, and there's nothing you can do about that.
Nice shot from right. Little hook. Count it. 32-7. And
that was a bad move on Mills. Bailed him out. He was up in the air and nowhere to go. Instead, he gets a free throw.
Interesting, they're calling that a shooting foul.
They did call it a shooting foul.
So
possibly on.
I didn't see who the foul was called on, but I have a feeling it may have been right. Pascal inside, and now we're going to see wholesale changes for the Vikings, giving their starters a rest. So now we've got McWhirter back in, we've got Matsuno back in, and Connor Hidalgo also.
Got in.
So that seems to be the rotation for the Vikings. Nice when you could substitute size for size.
That is correct. Now they're very big.
Yep. Gibbs sitting, Connor Hidalgo coming in at 6'4". So he's right there in the same league with Gibbs.
Watch out for this Hail Mary play. Oh, that was successful.
Couldn't handle it, but Atkins coming around, and he's fouled. Count it, and one.
Excellent move.
Marquise Atkins going strong to the hoop, making the shot despite the foul. And he'll get a chance to add another one. We've got a replay coming up. And you can see
Atkins. Way to protect the ball. Nice drive, and one.
And for the free throw, he makes it. So now, 35-9. The Vikings with a comfortable lead. Capuchino looking for some way to get a little bit of fire started. And back to Magny. Inside,
nice
sent away by McWhirter.
And it's a great move, great pass, but again, just can't give away inside. Mills is just too tough underneath.
That was a block with authority by McWhirter. And Hidalgo on the defense, Ligon. Magny almost losing the ball. Atkins. And kickball called against Atkins, but a great defensive effort there from Marquise Atkins.
That I would love to see Capuchino perhaps setting the guards and using the post to come up to set a screen and shoot possibly a three-pointer right.
Shot attempt by Magny, no good. Rebound to Atkins, ahead to Hidalgo, and Wright couldn't handle it. But once again, the Mills Vikings fast break out in front.
Yeah, and they're having fun. I mean, even the big players are in. It does not matter. They are still running with the bigs in.
Matsuno. He sees Wright, but he decides to drive, and he has the ball taken away by big number 23, Mayor, and he loses it. Ball ahead to Wright. Oh!
Wow, be careful here. That wasn't very pretty.
No, that could have been called a flagrant foul.
I think so. There's two things going on wrong. There's an intentional foul in the backcourt, which possibly could stop play, 2 shots plus the ball, and or a flagrant foul on the other end.
And the referees are discussing it now. Magny with the hard foul on Wright after actually the foul had already been called. Wright was taking it to the hoop, and Magny 15 with the initial call, and then the technical foul on Magny. And he's just a sophomore, number 42, Magny from Capuchino. Those are the kind of fouls that you hopefully will learn not to make after a couple more years.
He did the right thing, That was a bad foul. He walked away immediately.
Exactly. Trying to cool things down a little bit here. This is the time in a game where tempers can flare.
Intentional for number 15.
So the Vikings will shoot some free throws here. Wright will shoot them. This will be the technical free throw.
That's correct.
And now we have some confusion. about where the free throws should be taken.
Mills should be shooting free throws, not Capuchino. I'm thinking, where was that foul?
I was wondering where they were going. But right now, with the technical free throw. And it's good. He makes it 36-9. So, and another shot here for Wright. So he makes both technical free throws. And now the Vikings will take the ball out of bounds after that foul on Ligon.
And there's some substitutions. Danny Hughes back in.
Coming up,
Madrigo's back in.
Coming up for the Vikings on the 29th of January, they'll be at Hillsdale. And then on the 31st, back here at the gym in Mills against Aragon. Now Matsuno with the ball. Driving. Tried the pass to McWhirter. And knocked out of bounds by the Mustangs. So in for the Vikings right now, Connor Hidalgo, Mike McWhirter, and number 30, Miguel Madrigal. He has the ball now, goes up for the shot, and good. First points of the game for Madrigal.
Really pretty move. He had one fake, second pump fake, third pump fake, and easily lays it in.
Atala with the pass, almost stolen there by Matsuno. Magni back with it to Atala. And Ligon finds Magni again on the perimeter. Costa. And the foul called on, looks like it'll be on number 30, Miguel Madrigal. Away from the ball. So the Mustangs will inbound.
That was probably a hand check foul. I really didn't see that, but the refs really calling it tight.
And finally, Magni with the three-pointer.
And that's our first three-pointer from either team of the night. Cap's going to need many more of those.
Mills with a healthy lead at 39-12. And you trying to build on that, can't get the shot to fall. So now Ligon will bring it up. Atala, and outside to Magni, maybe hoping, and he's starting to heat up. Ligon with the bank three-pointer.
Two consecutive three-pointers. Now they're shooting with confidence. This is what they needed in the first half. And now they're really working the picks. Nice shot.
Still facing a 24-point deficit. Hidalgo driving, and he gets the foul. So they'll go to the line again with the bonus.
And that's really unfortunate. Now every single foul for Capuchino will lead to a Mills free throw. So in earlier action today, the Frost-Off girls beat Capuchino. The Frost-Off boys beat Capuchino. The Varsity girls beat Capuchino. And it's looking like that it could be a sweep. Mills over Capuchino.
And I wonder when the last time that happened was, but certainly an exciting way for the Vikings to inaugurate this fine new gym.
Absolutely.
The first quad that they've had here. Another one coming up next week against Aragon.
Oh, we don't want to miss that one.
Absolutely, that will be on MCTV as well. Magni trying his hot hand, just a little short. Looking outside again to Ligon. Can't get it to go. Connor Hidalgo with the rebound, and we'll have more free throws.
You see, there's a difference in energy. Now, Capuchino's fighting. That's 3 offensive rebounds that they picked up. One note to add, earlier this afternoon, also the freshman boys Mills beat Capuchino in our East gym. Another fine gym, so this truly, it's a nice gymnasium to play in.
It's just one of the many improvements here on the Mills campus.
Oh, no doubt. It's probably a lot bigger than Capuchino and Burlingame, and I've been around all the high schools. By far, this is the best gym, and because this is so new, they're probably going to host a CCS playoff game here, boys and girls.
And the crowd has come out tonight to see these Mills Vikings put on a show here. They're up by 25 with under 10 seconds left to go in the third. Magny tries another three, it's offline. Hidalgo with the rebound, probably can't get the shot off. Matsuno, oh, and the shot is called off. Almost looked for a second there like Matsuno might be going to the line for three, but.
Well, it appears that Capuchino's got a little more energy. You know, they made a free throw here and there and 2 consecutive threes. That's what they needed to do early on in the game. I mean, realizing that they score only 2 points or 9 points for a long, long time. Why? They're trying to work the middle. That's not very successful. They have to set the screens, pop out, get the guards, shoot the threes. And all it takes is a couple of threes to bring you back. And yes, maybe it's a little late, but you know, never fold, just keep continuing.
Well, in that quarter, the Mustangs actually doubled their points from the first half. Scoring only 5 in the first 2 periods and 10 in that last period here. So you could see that there was a little bit more energy. You could see that there was a little more confidence in their shooting. Maybe they can shoot, you know, in the fourth quarter, build a little more confidence. It's going to be tough for them to put up any kind of a run against this Mills team. They're just too big. They're too strong inside. And at the moment, they're in control.
Absolutely. But I would still continue, if I was Cap, still continue to rotate the ball, get good looks. And all you have to do is just, you know, plan for the next week's game. But you got to really work hard because a lot of schools are big in our division here.
That's right. Capuchino's still looking for their first league win. And not looking like they're going to find it here tonight.
Now, that's not a very good hand-checking foul. These refs are calling it very tight.
Not really necessary for the Vikings to be that aggressive.
His hands all over.
With a 25-point lead against a team that scored 15 in 3 periods. And there you go, Magny's heating up.
Well, they gave him a 2. His foot was on the line, but he's got some confidence shooting those.
Just a sophomore. He looks like he might have a good future ahead for the Mustangs. And now Matsuno's bring the ball up for the Vikings. Driving, he sees the opening. And the foul on Magny.
And that's been Mills' strength. I mean, they can drive, they can shoot the 3, although tonight they did not resort to needing it. And of course, they have to post.
So Matsuno on the line. And already 9 fouls against the Mustangs in this half. So from here on out, Mills will be at the line shooting free throws for any fouls. So coming out is Costas and Atala for the Mustangs. Rotating back in.
This is a very important game for Mills. You know, having the PAL record currently at 3-2. By virtue of winning, they are at 4-2, and only have to look up to Aragon, who they will face next week, Hillsdale, and also Burlingame. Those are the 3 teams that they're looking up to. And typically, the top 4 gets a better seeding, so you get at least the first round bye. But yes, this is only halfway through the season.
That Burlingame team is strong again this year. Last year, winning the PAL South, taking a nice deep run through the playoffs. Yu spinning, and the shot doesn't go. Traveling called, so the ball will go back to the Mustangs. De La Torre will inbound. Just to run down the scoring a little bit for the Vikings. 41 points. Their top scorer tonight has been Tyler Wright with 16. Shot won't fall. Mayor with the rebound. He finds Ligon for the three. He's going against Madrigal. Errant pass picked up by Yu. And he's got Matsuno on the perimeter with a shot. Three-pointer, good.
That's Mills' first three-pointers. So you know they can shoot it. And he took the best time from an assist.
Good catch and shoot from Matsuno. Foul on the three, Magny. Shows us that he does have an outside shooting touch.
Where was he in the first quarter? I think Capuchino really needed that. It's only a sophomore?
He's only a sophomore.
Oh, he's got a couple years, a bright future ahead of him.
Sophomore guard coming in at 6'1". And now the Vikings will cycle in some other players. We have Gibbs returning, Burrow returning. Hidalgo's still in. And in the guard positions, we have Kevin Loy, a junior at 5'7". And also Junior Ramos, a senior guard, seeing his first action of the evening. And Burra with a pass deflected by Magny, picked up by Gibbs. He's had a nice long rest that third period. And outside to Hidalgo, bank shot, three-pointer.
Yep. Here they come. Now Mills hits 2 threes in a row. They finally waited till the fourth quarter to showcase their threes.
And Mills now with a healthy 26-point lead with under 6 minutes to go. Oh, tough foul there by Burra.
But here's what I like about what I'm seeing the last 2-3 sequences. Both teams are going at it like the score is 0-0. I mean, they're shooting threes. Cap started first, Mill answer, Cap, Mills. It's chess match. Then they're playing aggressive defense.
At a certain point, you have to overlook the score and just try and focus on the positives. That one wasn't from Pascal. Three-pointer off the mark. And that'll bring a substitution for Capuchino. Coming out is Pascal. Coming back in is number 34, Damilo Avila, a junior forward. Gibbs finds Burra. The press is on.
Watch that hand checking.
And now we see Loy with the ball. Giving a little bit of a break to Daniel Yu. Hidalgo holding it up against Mayor. Oh, losing the ball would be Junior Ramos. Loy with it, driving. Oh, looking for it, gets his own rebound. Looking for his first points of the game. Gibbs back to Junior Ramos, who elicits a cheer from the crowd. The senior guard, Ramos. And he puts a shot up off the backboard. So Atala bringing it back for the Mustangs. Magny with a shot, too long, and Hidalgo with a rebound.
Even though it's too long, he's got a good rhythm going, so he will probably be a good standout for the next couple of years. So someone you have to deal with.
That's
Quick
right.
note on a couple of Mills assistant coaches. The boys' assistant coach, Antonio Dillon, who's a standout, class of 2008 Mills, and 3-year varsity Mills football and basketball standout. Also assisting Bill Nicolay, current Frost-Soft boys basketball coach, 15 years experience, junior high and high school level. Last, we have Gabe Rosenthal, new to the staff, previously coach of the Terra Nova High School boys.
Rick Hansen's coaching staff done a fine job tonight. Hidalgo will sit. Coming back into the game is Madrigal.
And Mills is continuing their 2-3 set defense. This they call their base defense.
And with Noland out for the Vikings, an opportunity for some of the backup point guards and shooting guards to get some experience. Rick Hansen going with Loy and Ramos in the backcourt. Gibbs will inbound it. And he gives it to Loy. And for the Mustangs, leading scorer Magny with 13 points on 5 of 14 shooting.
He just got a little have fun. Forgot there's a 5-second rule, too many fancy dribbling. But that's sometimes it's good. It's fourth quarter, it's no pressure. You get the crowd into it. This is what quads are like.
And this is a young Mustangs team. So they do have a pretty bright future ahead of them. Ramos with a dish to Loy, but he travels.
He saw the defender right over him, and he just shuttled his feet just a tad.
Loy,
good thumb fake.
Loy
Excellent
wanted those
thumb
points. He wanted those points. And Avila out to Magny, back to Avila. Pump fake, gets Burra in the air, can't hit the shot. Madrigal with the rebound, and Gibbs will hold it. 3.5 left in this fourth period. The Mills ahead, 48-21. Loy driving again. He's tied up by Atala. And the ball is called out of bounds to the Mustangs.
But that's a proper call. He tried to pick up his footwork, took an extra step trying to get the additional advantage, drag his feet.
Out to Atala. Steal attempt there by Ramos, but he's got to get back. Atala picked up by Loy. And out to Avila. The shot by Mayor, can't go. Avila sent away by Gibbs. Like a walk in the park for Gibbs. He's having fun. Coming back in.
He says, I put my work out for the day, and obviously the bench needs a little playing time, and this is probably the best garbage minutes.
So the putback by Mayor, and McWhirter will try to inbound it. He finds Matsuno, who's got a break. He's wide open. Puts up the shot, no good. Madrigal tips it right back to Matsuno, who puts it in.
Well, now Mills is having fun. That was meant to be an alley-oop, but mishandled. Turned out he got the rebound back and just puts it back in.
And Mills with a 27-point lead. McWhirter takes it again. He wants to go. And the offensive foul called.
That's the right move. You see, regardless of the score, Mills is going to continuously drive to the hoop. Popper, a handoff on that one would probably be better. You have a 3-on-2, dish it off, let the trailer come in, make the basket.
So with 2:18 remaining, we'll finish this one up. This game in hand for the Vikings. Number 11, Atala, passes it off to Pascal, who hits it. A two-pointer from this corner.
Yep. His foot was on the line, so it's a two-pointer. Nevertheless, that was a great rhythm, good-looking shot.
Loy with some nice footwork. McWhirter passing it inside to Madrigal, and that ball is off the foot of Atala. So Matsuno will inbound, and back to Junior Ramos. To Matsuno. Loy with the ball, looking for the shot, going back to Madrigal. Setting the screen, Madrigal getting it back to Loy, couldn't handle it.
That was a case of probably a little bit unselfish. I mean, he should have went back straight up and really would have got a 6-footer. Instead, he made that errant pass.
With 1 minute and 12 seconds left and a 25-point lead, no need for the Vikings to shoot. They can run out the clock. De La Torre, excuse me, that's Avila.
Well, that was a pretty good
to
move.
De La Torre.
And give and go. And very patient.
And now Aloy loses it. Pascal trying to get a couple extra points. Madrigal holds it. And this is just about going to do it. 28 on the shot clock, 36 on the game clock. The Vikings can hold it for this one possession, and then we'll call it a game. Matsuno thinking about the shot, deciding not to.
It's just a matter of who's going to shoot a three. No, probably hold that ball. He wants to shoot it.
McWhirter.
There he is. Oh.
Can't get it to go. 10 seconds left. And this will pretty much do it. Ball out of bounds with 4 on the clock. So
this just about wrapping it up. Now Mills moves to 4-2, and Capuchino is still looking for the first PAL victory.
That'll do it. 50-27 for the Vikings. A win at home for the Mustangs. Still winless in the PAL. A tough loss. Maybe some points they can take away from this. Learning they had a good second half.
Absolutely. I was going to say, second half, they looked to shoot more and they got better on their threes. And because they make the baskets, the defense turned up a notch. Unfortunately, it's a little too late. You still got Mills. The tall players are hard to deal with. They're just a smaller team. There's not much you can do about that. Size matters. Yes, it's going to be a tough road for them. They have not won in the PAL yet, but half the season still to go. As for Mills, they're putting up the excellent in terms of the top 4 standings.
And the top scorer for the Mustangs tonight was Magny with 13 points. And a few three-pointers there in the second half to get him going. And for the Vikings, number 50, Tyler Wright, with 16 points, shooting 7 for 12 from the field, 58%. He had a great game. It's the size, the height inside was just too much for the Mustangs.
Make sure you get home safely. Thank you.
And for the Vikings, a great way to have their first quad here in this new building. And an exciting game for us. I've definitely enjoyed announcing that with you, Harry.
Well, thank you,
here on
Andy.
MCTV.
It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And it's just something that always is my endeavor to do one of these. And coaching on the bench with the Frost-Off girls is quite unique and it's different than seeing it from the top of the bench here. But the energy level at Mills, the energy level that Cap brought today, even though they were winless in 5 games, but it's always a rivalry. When we go to Cap, we have our date. Last game of the season is at Cap. It's going to be a whole different setting. And,
absolutely.
They're going to regroup, I'm pretty sure, and they're going to make things a lot closer.
So I'd like to say a fine job by the first-time color commentator, from your first-time play-by-play caller,
Absolutely.
and our first-time director. I'd like to say thank you to our MCTV crew on camera: Andy Chan, Melissa Sabato, Gabriel, Luna, Gabe. Stats by Jonathan Chen and Jessica Say. Our director, as I mentioned, Justin Hui. Our technical director, Tony Lin. Graphics, Jeff McGinnis. Engineer, audio, and replay, Randy Sahai, the all-around all-star for MCTV. For all of us here at MCTV, we'd like to say thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again soon. We'll be back with next week's quad. For playback times, please go to mctv.tv, our website. And once again, final score here, 50-27 for the Vikings. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you soon.
And good night.